Hi, everybody. Jenny here with another nature story time. And today we're going to learn all about animal eyes. And now, when you think about it, our own eyes are pretty amazing, aren't they? When you go outside in the bright sunlight, your eyes adapt and help you see all around, even though there's lots and lots of bright light. And if you like to read late in the night like I do, your eyes help you with that too. How can you see by flashlight without your eyes doing extra work? Well, we're going to see some pretty amazing things that animal eyes do in today's book, which is If You Had Animal Eyes. And it is by Sandra Markle, and the illustrations are by Howard McWilliam. And what do you think when you saw those eyes on the cover? What animal do you think we're going to hear about first? Let's see. What if one day when you woke up, the eyes on your face weren't yours? What if overnight a wild animal's eyes had taken their place? That was a chameleon. A chameleon's eyes stick out like twin telescopes. These cone-shaped bumps are actually fused together eyelids that are open just enough to peek through. This limits the chameleon's view, but these eyes can do something tricky. Each eye moves separately, and that's why the chameleon can look for prey, such as crickets, in two different directions at once. Here's a fact. When a chameleon spots prey, it focuses both eyes on it. That way, it doesn't miss catching a meal. There's the chameleon. And here's somebody who has chameleon eyes. If you had chameleon eyes, you could look around a toy store fast and find exactly what you want. Dragonfly. Now, what's neat about a dragonfly's eyes? A dragonfly's eyes are huge. They have to be because each dragonfly eye has up to 310,000 tiny lenses. A human eye only has one. Scientists aren't sure how a dragonfly's brain creates images from all of those lenses, but they do believe having so many lenses let the dragonfly spot movements fast. That's how a dragonfly can see a flying mosquito in time to catch it. And here's the fact. A dragonfly has three small extra eyes that help guide its flight path by sensing bright light and shadows. Here's the dragonfly's extra eyes. If you had dragonfly eyes, you would be a star reporter because you'd never miss any of the action. Clouded leopard. A clouded leopard's eyes have a special mirror-like layer at the back. This layer reflects back through the retina, the part of the eye packed with light-sensing cells. This helps the clouded leopard see well in the dim light at nighttime. That mirror-like layer is also what makes the clouded leopard's eyes seem to glow. And if you know any cats, maybe you've seen that happen. It looks like sometimes like they have pennies in their eyes and they're all lit up. Fact, the clouded leopard has slit-shaped pupils, openings where light enters the eye. These can expand about 100 times to let more light in. A human's round pupils only expand about 10 times. And down there's a leopard with some expanded pupils. But picture clouded leopard eyes for yourself. If you had clouded leopard eyes, you'd never be surprised in a dark, haunted house. Bullfrog. This one's pretty cool, you guys. A bullfrog's eyes are on top of its head, so the frog can hide underwater and still watch out for enemies. Its eyes are also wide apart. That way a bullfrog can see nearly all the way around itself without turning its head. But these eyes help a bullfrog do more than just see. When a bullfrog swallows, it closes its big eyes. Practice closing your eyes. Its eyes sink down through openings in its skull and help push the meal down its throat. Imagine that. Closing your eyes helps you swallow if you're a bullfrog. Fact, a bullfrog's eyes each have a third see-through eyelid. When a bullfrog dives underwater, these eyelids slide over its eyes, the perfect built-in swim goggles. And down there you can see the bullfrog swimming. He sure looks different in his swimming shape, doesn't he? And his built-in goggles. And here, if you had bullfrog eyes, a blink would let you swallow a big bite. This one's my favorite, the four-eyed fish. A four-eyed fish really has only two eyes, but each eye has two different pupils. Each of the four eye parts has its own pupil. This fish keeps half of each eye underwater looking for the insects and smaller fish it eats. It keeps the other half of each eye above the water, watching for birds and other predators that are after a fish dinner. So there it is. There's the water and half an eye above and below. And down here, there's a whole group of four-eyed fish. Four-eyed fish usually travel in groups called schools. I bet you might have heard that, a school of fish. So there are always lots of eyes watching in every direction. But remember, I said this was my favorite, and here's why. Check this out. She's riding a bike and reading a book. If you had four-eyed fish eyes, you could read while riding your bike and never take your eyes off the road. And that's my two favorite things to do, read and ride bike. Pretty nice. Next, we have the yellow mongoose. A yellow mongoose's eyes have rectangular pupils. These give it a very wide view of its world. That means the mongoose can easily spot insects and lizards to catch and eat. It also keeps watch for hunters, such as jackals, sneaking up from the far left or far right. When there is danger, its special eyes also help it spot escape routes. The yellow mongoose is mainly active during the daytime when it sees best. And here's the fact. To see farther and peek over bushes, the yellow mongoose stands up tall on its hind feet. So if you look close there, you can see the rectangular pupils. They kind of go across the eye, and there he is standing up to see better. And if you had yellow mongoose eyes, you would always win at laser tag. Colossal squid. A colossal squid has the biggest eyes in the world. Each eye is as big as a soccer ball. That's pretty big for an eye. At the back of each eye is a part that produces its own light. It's like having built-in flashlights that are always on and glowing brightly. This makes it easy for the colossal squid to find fish to eat, even though it lives deep down in the ocean where it is always dark. And how dark is it deep down in the ocean, you ask? Well, scientists can't take photos of living colossal squid because they live so deep underwater. That's how dark it is. No pictures can be taken. Our closest peek is seeing their cousin, the giant squid, but their eyes don't produce light. So this is a drawing of the colossal squid, and this is a picture of its cousin, the giant squid. And look at this. If you had colossal squid eyes, you could go on nighttime hikes without a flashlight because they'd be built in. Here is the llama. A llama has black bubble-like crystals that form a fringe at the top and bottom of its pupils where light enters the eyes. In bright sunlight, these crystals turn into bands that stretch across the pupils. These bands block so much light from entering the llama's eyes that it's like having built-in, super dark sunglasses. A llama's thick, bushy eyelashes also make great sunshades. Fact, a llama's extra long eyelashes let it feel when it is getting close to something so it doesn't get poked in the eye. There, you can see their eyelids or eyelashes are all white and fringy, aren't they? And speaking of white and fringy eyelashes, if you had llama eyes, you wouldn't be blinded by the bright spotlights during your big solo. There's those flashlight eyes again. Wild animal eyes could be fun for a while, but you don't need your eyes to light the way or to look in two different directions at once. And you never use your eyes to spot something 2 miles away or help you swallow your dinner. Remember that bullfrog? So, if you could keep wild animal eyes for more than one day, which kind would be right for you? You already know I want the four-eyed fish, but how about you guys? Luckily, you don't have to choose. Your eyes will always be people eyes. They'll be what you need to read books, check out the stars at night. There's somebody checking out stars. And to see the people you love all of the time. And speaking of love, there's somebody who loves to look up close at bugs and other things outside in nature. So here's some tips for keeping your eyes healthy. Be careful to keep anything, even your fingers, from touching your eyes. Wear glasses if you need them to help you see better. Wear protective eyewear during sports activities and science experiments. That one's pretty important. And wear sunglasses whenever you're outside, even when it's cloudy. And have regular checkups with your family's eye doctor. All right. So I hope you had fun learning about some special features of different animal eyes. And I hope the next time you're outside, whether in the bright sun or on a cloudy day, you'll give a little thank you to your eyes for all the amazing things they do. We'll see you next time for Storytime. Bye-bye.